Recce 2 has been rather unsuccessful. I found the turnaround point, but way too soon. So I forged on as any trail runner would, but now I'm just lost. Also a classic trail runner move. Now trying to get back to the turnaround point, and I suppose I'll run the rest of the miles on the road. But yeah, this is annoying. Well, my name's Sebastian Barnard. I am hoping to use this to launch into some competitive trail running, and yeah, pursuing adventure from this day forward. The FKT that I want to do tomorrow, that I'll be attempting, is the Braamfontein Spruit FKT. It runs straight through the city, really, from Emmarentia Dam all the way to Rivonia. Then there's a turnaround point there, and you run back. So yeah, I wanted to do it because it's so accessible, so easy to get to, and it was easy to practice on. And I reached out to the guy, I reached out to John Harmon. It was a really funny story. I ended up searching his name on Strava, finding his profile, asking to follow him, and then once he accepted, I scrolled 3 years or 4 years worth of activities to find his attempt on Strava, and then I asked him there, you know, I'm interested in doing this, would you mind? Yeah, no, he was a really cool guy. I left my email address, and his response was, you know, go get him, dude, I think. And then he ended up, you know, writing an email explaining a little bit about the route and what I should be looking for. So yeah, he was super supportive. He ended up saying, you know, he's just stoked that some other South African knows about the website, the fastest known time website, that has all these records, and to get more South Africans out there and exposing the world to the potential of South Africa for trail running. So he took a really awesome outlook on it. Today is a cloudy 6 kilometers out by the cradle. There's this lekker place called Kloof Roos, and in typical Sebastian fashion, I missed the path and I'm now following the boundary of this establishment. So I think it's time, whoa! I think it's time to head back down. Got some climbing in, so that's never a waste. Let's see how this goes. This FKT is a culmination of 20 weeks of training that took me from a place of injury or post-injury to where I am now, or where I am now, running 65 kilometers in a week, broken up over 5 sessions, 5 days, 2 days cycling, and then if you zoom in on the 20 weeks, it's broken up into 4-week intervals, where for 3 weeks I will steadily climb at about 5% per week in total mileage, and then on the 4th week take it down a little bit. And so you have this like staggered approach to things, and I've been working really closely with Jonah, my biokinetist friend, lifelong friend, and he's been kind of setting up the training program.
What'd you say, Seb?
I need a pee again already. It's unfortunate.
Not an ideal start to intervals.
No. Okay, so 5 sets.
5 sets of 4 minutes. Come on, Seb, come on. Last minute. There we go. Let's drive it on. Let's find the speed. Find the speed. It's in there. Come on. Beautiful. Come on. Yeah, that's it. Yes.
So we literally built it up from the ground up, starting with like less than 20 Ks in a week, all the way to 65. Recently, you know, getting more serious, it's been Monday intervals.
RP?
Fuck! Like a 9.
9.
Tuesdays something easy, sort of long, maybe 10. Wednesdays a little bit longer than that, maybe on a trail. Thursdays a nice cycle, try and just break it up a bit. Then Friday something like hill sprints, something technical, and then on a Saturday do a nice long slow distance on trail. Right, so today I am going to be running some of the Mochali's trail, but I don't have any transport to get there, so I'm going to take my bike. I'm also going to try out these little stalks, so that I don't have to bend down so much to when I want to try some water, get some water in. There you go. So that's going to be something new. I'm going to cycle to the place I need to run, and I hope I have a trusty lock here, but I just hope it doesn't get stolen, you know? Yeah, it's going to be an adventure. That's what we're all about. Ooh. My watch doesn't have a whole bunch of battery. Whoops. Okay, get the HR band up as far as I can get it. Bringing the windbreaker just for the ride and to protect me from the sun, because it is now midday, which I'm a little worried about, or approaching midday, and that is when you become a tomato. So yeah, there's a masochistic streak, and when it does get dark, you kind of just have to bite into it and accept that stuff is transient. So you need to be mindful in a way that this is going to pass and this is just what it is. But sometimes I can find energy in like pushing against it and seeing, pushing through it. But a lot of the time it just means you need to eat. Yeah. A good gel, it goes a long way.
It's the third week up before the taper, week 18. And my body is starting to tell me things. My knees telling me bad things. My head is telling me bad things. So I just made a fatal error with my goo. You need to swallow properly with a bit of saliva. Better yet, some water. And I didn't, and now I've just got it coating the back of my throat. It's like the opposite of cough syrup. Whew. Tastier. Definitely tastier than cough syrup though. So, that's a bit of grass.
Up until this point, I think competition hasn't really been the focus, which has been good. It's more been a personal journey of how far can I run. Let's, train to see how far. And in Korea, I had unlimited access to mountains. So literally on weekends, I would decide, I would look out and see a peak and think, well, do you think I can get there? So this FKT is like shifting from a personal journey to an application, I guess, to see how fast I can do something. And it will be contributing a South African name to the international community, to the website, because I will be setting the solo unsupported FKT, where John Harmon completed a solo supported, so he had people to help him along the route, where I'm aiming to do this without any external help. Stoked to finally be able to do it. Yeah, feeling a lot better than yesterday. Yesterday felt like it was an eternity away, but now it's game time.
Okay, Seb, so what's happening right now?
We have just arrived at Emmerich Dam, and I'm now getting ready to kick this thing in the ass. And I have an egg in my jacket pocket that I haven't eaten yet. I can never get it right, but lads, ladies, this is crazy.
Final words.
Let's just smash this stuff.
There we go.
I'm ready. You guys ready?
Yeah.
Okay, cheers guys.
Okay, there you go, Seb.
Round 8.
A wimble.
Thanks guys.
Have fun, Seb. See you on the way.
What does running give me? I have thought about this a lot and very seldomly come up with an answer. Recently, I've been learning a lot about positive psychology, and one of the concepts that I stumbled upon is this idea of a fixed mindset versus a growth mindset. And what it's taught me is that I generally have a fixed mindset about things, which means that I believe you're either good at it or you're not. You're capable of exceeding and succeeding, or you're just not good at it and you never will be, which is the wrong attitude to have. But with running, somehow I've overcome that bias, and running within the realm of running, I find I have a growth mindset, and I can exercise a growth mindset where I do believe that I can get better with practice, which has been, you know, rewarding. So there's that aspect to it. I'm also a sucker for adventure, like complete sucker. And I've always had it. Looking back, especially with regards to mountains inspire me a lot. So just seeing a mountain, you know, provokes these questions. Can I do that? Can I get up that? What would it be like? And so from that energy has, you know, I've progressed to this point of like, now I'm getting stronger, and how fast can I do something?
Away! Away! Oh. Get out of the strong light if you want to film.
3 hours 30.
By how much? By a full hour. A whole hour. That's fantastic.
So it's gonna stand the test of time quite well.
The original setters of the root setters
You wanna? So, you just finished, man.
Yeah.
How do you feel?
Man, I think, you know, yesterday I was saying I wanted to do today justice, and I feel like I did that. It went to plan almost perfectly. I couldn't have asked for a better event.
That's great, man. That's great. And what was your final time?
3 hours, 30 minutes, 20 seconds.
So that means.
So unverified, but yeah, it beat the supported record by an hour.
That's insane. Well done, man.
Thanks. Yeah, feeling the hurt. Feeling great. Finally feeling normal. I can put on pants without wincing, so doing well. Sure, so many emotions. So many things were going on race day. Going down towards the turnaround was like the purest joy of running I've felt in a while. I was like hitting the pace that I wanted to, slightly faster, and it was just feeling easy and breezy, like just cruising. Perfect weather as well. We had nice cool weather with a bit of moisture in the air. So got down to the turnaround feeling really stoked. Saw everybody there that came out to support, and that was great. And then, you know, hit the turnaround, and then it started, you know, the fatigue starts building up, and I realized that the heavy lifting was still to come. Something that I didn't foresee happening, and that had never happened to me before, was I had a bit of digestion issues. And you see that a lot in like ultra marathons, and I've heard of a lot of people that has happened to, but I never thought that could happen to me. I just eat anything. I'm just kind of like a coal furnace that just burns up whatever I eat. But on the day, I think the nerves had gotten to me. My breakfast I had to like shovel down. I didn't feel like eating. And then when I started popping gels after about an hour of effort, I took my first gel and took a huge mouthful, and then it just made me sick. So I had to slow down on the gel, ended up, you know, finishing it over 4 kilometers instead of like in 1 kilometer, and had to drink a lot of water. So then that also added to like a bit of the digestion discomfort. So that's something, you know, took me by surprise, but was able to handle it. The last 8 Ks made me feel like I wanted to vomit. But again, seeing, you know, some familiar faces on the route was a great pick-me-up. And the finish, when I got to the finish, there was nothing left in the tank, you know. So I was really happy. But what did come in clutch on the day was just his presence. He made a big effort to be at a lot of the spots, and particularly on the way back, where everyone went to the finish, he walked down to meet me closer on the route, or further from the finish. And that interaction, I think, you know, squeezed that last bit of juice out. He could see I was struggling, and he just sympathized, and he said, "You got, you know, it's 3Ks left, just do it." So that, like, definitely made a big difference. Crazy, dude. You know, that's the thing. Like, I often think about how much effort goes into stuff like this. You know, in any sense. There's so much preparation that only the individual will know and see, and then, you know, the activity or the event is in a blink of an eye, and it's finished, and then, you know, it's done. There's nothing left of it. So coming to the end, I was definitely feeling ready for the finish. I was, you know, the puking urge was strong. My legs were heavy, aches everywhere. And I can tell you that, like, the memory is so hazy as I touch that brick. I know I did, but I can't visually remember that. I was just so exhausted. So it's, yeah, it was a mixture of emotions. I didn't even check the time. I mean, like, I was so out of it that after collapsing, I paused the watch, but I hadn't actually taken cognizance of what I had achieved. Good old John Harmon, man, I really want to meet this guy. He was such a legend. He was the first guy to acknowledge the attempt, and he ended up, you know, congratulating me, and I told him that I had a lot of fun on his FKT, to which he replied, "It's my FKT now," which I still, you know, I think you need to pay homage to the pioneer, but it's a great feeling. So for now, I need to fight the urge to go back into the thick of training, because the goal, and as of yesterday, I've entered the Ultra Trail Cape Town 65K. So, and that's been a big goal for me for this year, so I'm happy to have that set, and I'm hoping the event takes place. But that's the next big thing. So I need to recover properly from this last 20 weeks, use this last 20 weeks as the base, and then in, you know, 3 months from now, sharpen that spear and take on UTCT.